Wow, what can I say? It is my pleasure to be here today, to be in the premises of an accomplished Nigerian who goes beyond the glamour, the fame of being a socialite, who's a philanthropist, who's an administrator, who's someone who has transcended decades to become who she is today. You know the truth about it, to become a great person in life, it's not a day's work. It takes years of service. It takes years of putting in the work, and it takes years of trying to be the best at who you want to be in life. And of course, it takes the grace of God. It is our pleasure today to be in the presence of, again, an accomplished Nigerian, a wife, a grandmother, a socialite, someone who I grew up watching on the pages of newspapers, on the pages of magazines, who lighted up every room she entered. It is my pleasure to be in the presence of Dame Dr. Tumini Akogun. Good to have you on the program, ma.
The pleasure.
And
welcome.
Thank you very much. Ma, if I begin to tell my earliest memories of you, it's one filled with color, it's one filled with glamour, because those were the days where women wore clothes as regalia, where colors were bright, were vibrant, and women were doing things to change the narrative of our great country, Nigeria. They were productive. There were many productive women. We're talking about the days of Dr. Mrs. Miriam Babangida. We're talking about days about Mrs. Agihomo. We're talking about days of when women shook the nation by being wives to accomplished leaders. It's a history that needs to be remembered. It's a history that needs to be told to today's generation so that those stories are not lost to us. So it is my pleasure again to be in your company.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Ma, take us now to the earliest beginnings of when you were a child. How you grew up.
Well, I grew up in a place like, today you call the place Ikorabas. But then it was called Igwenga, part of Opobo town, where King Jaja of Opobo. Well, I say, it was part of his domain, his kingdom. But, you know, with creating states and local government and things, eventually I think it was General Musa Muhammad that cut it off to part of Akwa Ibom. So we had to leave that place during the war. I'm somebody who grew up in between my life, met up with the Biafra War. So it was an experience that can take a whole year to talk about. The experience that some children, if you tell them the story about what you went through, what you saw that time, they will faint or want to leave Nigeria. But we thank God that in the end, we survived it and we are alive and well. When he went there for quite some time, I was there till I was about 16, 17 when the war started. We leave school, look for where you can get safety. So I moved to Port Harcourt. I got a job doing temporary something to keep, because you can't go no more school. All the schools were closed.
Wow.
So we were working until, did I stay long in Port Harcourt? 1968. That's under 1 year. My hometown was attacked. My mom had to move down to where I was living in 1 year apartment. I think I was 18 then. Can you imagine my mom, my senior sister, my junior sister, were 3 of us, my nieces, were all in one room.
Wow.
I was the only one working. At what salary? It was the will of God that we will survive, we'll be alive, and we'll be well. Then Port Harcourt fell. We had to leave Port Harcourt by foot. I managed to put my mom in one vehicle, and I don't even know where, no destination. Then I started moving with my junior sister. I won't ask where my senior sister was going. Everybody just carry evacuation bag, because they taught you how to get a small evacuation bag, they call it, like hand luggage. Just put immediate, maybe 1 or 2 pounds of soap, salt and pepper, something that's all. No, you look at your house, you have things, you don't look back. If you look back, the bomb, the shelling was going on. You won't even remember those things. You're on the move. Just walk by foot for many miles. You can't know. Just going. Wow. Because you see crowd going, you just follow. Eventually, we got to a place, they call it Greta or somewhere in Ikwere land, and we stopped. A big church, everybody was just there. So we were sleeping on each other. As we got there, I said, God, how can I stay here? Saw a small hut. I said, let me go. The small food stuff in my box. Let me make something so that the small girl will eat. That's how I went there to make the food. The jet fighter just came, dropped bomb in that church and killed everybody there in that church. I wouldn't have escaped if I didn't go to make food.
Wow.
I just went there to make food. I said, God, I had my small box and my small sister. That's how God saved us from dying mass grave. We moved on until we got a lift and left the place. And we continued anywhere we went. 2-3 days, when the Nigerian army comes, you start moving to another interland, going far and far and far and far into Igbo land.
And all of this, you were walking on the road?
Yeah, when we got to where we stopped. We had some relations and so on.
So you walked from Port Harcourt to Owerri?
No. We got to that Igrita. We did not.
Okay.
So I think the vehicles were coming to lift people, mass movement. You survival of the fittest. We had to all jump into the vehicle and move. That's how we got into vehicle and we left to Owerri. Getting to Owerri, we had some people there. They gave us some job to be doing. Gave us their guest Charlie to stay. Getting to Owerri, a big person, happy, relaxed. It's not by that many months. They've come again to Owerri. Have to move to interland. It was an experience. I mean, I don't know any 17, 18-year-old girl today that will be able to do that and be alive and have wisdom to survive, to be alive. You don't get into danger, you don't get into rough hands, you don't get... But God guided us. That's what led me to be so seriously involved in anything about God. Worshipping, praising, trusting, because He saw me through such danger. I was virtually in the mouth of a lion and I came out. During the war, He didn't think of life. It was like you would die any second, any time, the end of the war. While we knew that the war has ended, when Nigerian troops started moving to where we en masse. I went to the office as I was coming back. I was even meeting my brothers that I've not seen before on the road, my relations. As we were greeting like this, a long time. Bomb will just scatter everybody. Running for your dear life. Went to pack my load. Took off. I followed the villagers to a forest, thick forest, for 1 week. You see water, you don't know whether food or snake, or you don't even know what you are running from, what you are looking for, until news came. The fast, the war has ended. I said, my God, what has God? I ran, followed them again back to my house where I was staying. It was not a good experience. Maybe as a smaller child, been under my parents, my mom. I was brought up by a single parent. My father died when I was 4 months old, so I didn't know a father. I never experienced one. So, being with her was okay, even though it was hard.
How did you meet up with her after the war?
Yes, it was a terrible story. As I was in Owerri, somebody come and said that there's a lady going around the offices. Some offices when you go, they settle down to start working for government. Where I was working with essential offices where they offer services to government. They said there's a lady looking for. They call my name Chrissy. That call my last name. I said, my God, my mom. She was what? She was supposed to be in a vehicle that they were going to Igbo land. At least you'll be safe. They say she's looking for me and she had nothing. Or the people went away with her luggage and everything. So she was. I said, it's not possible. I went to the administrator of Midwest, Okogun, their office, because I know 1 or 2 people there. And don't ask me for anything. Don't help me for anything. I just want to get my mom. My mother, that's all I have in my life.